Corporal Mutt here. I'd like to start this off by thanking God for the idea for this story and this video. Hey, thank you for getting me to 10 subscribers, and thank you to the 5 new subscribers since my last video. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions to make my future videos better, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys stay to the end, I'll let you know the title of the next part. Battle of Dimensions, Part 6, The Descent. While we were waiting for the command to proceed and open the door, I checked in with the others in their progress. Unfortunately, it's more of the same propaganda garbage. Everything between both rooms, minus the computer York was on, was either propaganda posters, flyers, or articles. I skimmed over some of the articles. Whoever wrote them should start writing fiction, because some of them were some pretty darn good made-up stories. One of them even talked about a Chinese soldier, a single Chinese soldier, taking on an entire division. When I read it, I thought, must have been an armor division. No way it could have been a Marine one, because Marines don't lose, and we're the hardest of the hardcore. After several long minutes, a short, stocky, grizzled-looking Hispanic infantry sergeant with a husky voice came into the room. The sergeant was followed by more ground pounders, and he said, "All right, all of you out except for one of you Seaburn guys. York, get your squad together, prepare to clear some more rooms." There were several responses of, "Roger," and York's squad mates started to leave. I said, "LJ, Riley, go. I got this." They followed York's squad mates out. As Riley left, she gave me a concerned look and then walked out. York was the last one to leave the room, and he gave me a head nod as he left. I looked over to the sergeant's flag, trying to see his name, but all he had was a sergeant chevron, and he asked me, "I take it you're a Seaburn?" I nodded my head and said, "Yes." The sergeant replied, "Good. I need you to open that door and then get the rest of your squad together, because after this squad goes down, I'll have York's squad go down, and then your squad's going to go down and assist both of mine." "Understood, Sergeant," I answered. I went over to the computer that York was on and started running the door opening program that the hacker found. The translator crashed while I was using it, and the sergeant asked, "Are you stuck?" I answered, "No, this translator crashed. I needed to restart it, but after I get it back up, it will take me 30 seconds at most to get the door activated." "All right, open it when you're ready. First team, get in position, cover that corner, be ready to clear whatever is there," the sergeant said as he pointed to the corner and then walked out. I quickly finished the activation command, and I said to the ground pounders, "Stand by," and I thought to myself, please don't blow up. I held my breath and pressed the last key. Immediately I heard hydraulic and mechanical sounds as the floor in the corner raised up. The floor raised up to a 70-degree angle. There was a set of stairs leading down below. The ground pounders quickly went down the stairs, and I let out a sigh of relief. I thought to myself, so far, so good. A second fire team went down, and then they yelled up to the third to relay that more personnel would be needed. One of the team members ran out of the room, and I could only guess they were going to get either the sergeant or York. I stuffed my equipment into the cargo pockets of my camis, and I left the room to get with the rest of my squad. As I would walk down the hall, I passed York and his squad, and I said to him, "Hey, don't finish the fight before I get there." He chuckled and said, "I'm bad at being patient, so you better hurry." I nodded and smiled, and continued down the hall passing the other Marines, with the sergeant bringing up the rear. He said, "Get your squad into that room once you're good." "Roger," I answered, and I looked down the hallway. I saw the rest of my squad was all in the initial opening. As I approached them, I gave them the gotcha hand and said, "I lost the game." My squad groaned in annoyance. Jenkins replied, "Really? Can I go a couple of days without losing the game?" I answered, "It wouldn't be me if I didn't do it." Jenkins said, Yeah. We know. It's one of your code phrases. A very evil one, though. I just want you to know that. If you ever have to get rescued, the rescue team is going to hate you." I said, "I'm aware. Now, are you all good to go?"
Right.
They chorused excitedly, except Riley. She still looked concerned. And I thought to myself, seriously, what's up with her? She's normally much more full of energy like she was before. I went up to her and pulled her off to the side to talk to her as the rest of the squad went down to the room. Riley, you good? I asked. Yes, I am, Mud, she said. Are you sure? Because you seem very, what's the word? Gloomy. As if something is bothering you. I said, yes, well, I mean, sort of. I'm just concerned, that is all, she said. Concerned about what? I asked. What do you mean, what am I concerned about? I'm concerned about you. And Hill. I mean, you both were shot already today, she said. Yeah, but I'm good, and Hill will be okay. He'll just take some time to heal, that's all, I replied. You literally don't have a sleeve right now, because you got shot, she said, gesturing to my wounded arm. I looked down at my arm and then back at her and said, okay, I get your point. I'll be careful and cautious. Okay? I do not plan on getting shot again. If it makes you feel better, I am also nervous right now. She replied, I know. Your dry humor is coming out. So what's got you nervous, Mud? I honestly don't know. It's just been a bad feeling I have. I'm guessing it's probably from the nerves of me being shot earlier, I said as optimistically as I could, even though I knew that the bad feeling wasn't from being shot. Riley gave me the, I know it's not that look, and said, we can discuss this later, because I know you were bothered before, but we need to get going, because the squad's about to go down, she replied. I thought to myself, she's right on the money, and I can't believe I just lied to her again. Riley and I quickly moved down to the room and joined the other Seaburn Marines preparing near the stairwell. As we headed over to them, we did a quick gear check. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Roberts join us, and my heart dropped. Roberts said, Duke, because your team is down a person, I'll be sliding in with your team. I thought to myself, you gotta be kidding me. This is such crap and garbage. He'll be more of a nuisance with us than it would be with a missing person. Roger, Sergeant, I said, trying to hide my annoyance. Roberts gave me a glare, but didn't say anything. I thought to myself, this is literally stupid. You literally shouldn't be with my squad at all. Seaburn, let's go. Follow me, the sergeant said as he started to head down the stairs. My fire team went down first after him, with Jenkins taking point, followed by myself, Riley, and Roberts in the back. Blake's team followed down right after. The stairs took us down 2 flights of stairs, and the walls were covered entirely in propaganda posters. I thought to myself, all these are getting a bit out of hand. I get it, it's there to motivate them, but false motivation only gets you so far. That's the difference between them and us. We create our own real motivation. That's why we fight better than they do. All they have is numbers. We are better in every other way. The room we entered at the bottom of the stairs was about 30 by 30 feet. There was no furniture in the room, but there was a massive pile of sandbags next to the stairs. The walls were a steel gray and primarily bare except for the one door in the room. The door was in a corner parallel to the base of the stairs. By the door was 2 ground pounders, and one of them was York. The sergeant said, York, take these Seaburn guys, direct them where they are needed. York asked, how many do I got? I answered, you have 2 additional fire teams at your disposal. York gave a slight smile and said, follow me. And he walked out of the door he was standing next to and into the hallway. We followed him out in the same order we followed the sergeant. When we came out of the room, the hallway went straight out in front of us, then turned right after 40 to 50 feet. The hallway also stretched out to our left about 150 to 200 feet and then turned right. York led us down the hallway to the left. As we walked down, I noticed an open door halfway down the hallway on the left side. York stopped in front of that door and said, first fire team go in here. Second fire team go the rest of the way down the hallway and around the corner. Corporal Bailey will be waiting for you there. My team filed into the room while the second team continued down the hall. The room we entered was the size of a large conference room and had carpeted walls, ceiling, and floor. The room itself looked like it was set up to be a combat operations center. It had a large central table with computers at every one of the 20 or so seats around it. There was also a projector and screen at the end of the table. I thought to myself, we could potentially get some good stuff here. Definitely high interest. On the far right wall, there was a set of double doors. The doors were located closer to the right wall than they were to being centered. They were also being secured by 4 ground pounders. I started to get excited, and I thought, If they're securing the doorway, then they're clearly waiting for more help to push forward, and that means action. My excitement got extinguished when a shiver ran down my spine, and I thought to myself, why won't this feeling go away? York gestured to the Marines securing the double doors that we were their support. We stacked up on either side of the door. Jenkins, Roberts, and York were on the left. Riley and myself were on the right. The ground pounders took point. Riley squeezed my shoulder, and I was ready as I could have been, so I squeezed the ground pounder's shoulder in front of me, and he passed it to the Marine in front. The front ground pounders nodded silently to each other, and then they turned to breach the doors. My heart pounded in my chest, and my insides felt like they were in the juice press. I knew something terrible was going to happen the moment we kicked open those doors. Well, that's the end of part 6. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The next part will be critical failure. I'll be trying to get it out by next Monday. So God bless you. Thank you. And this is Corporal Mudd, out.